you. I'm not sure how this is. I am trying to zoom in this week. So let me jump on real quick. Get it set from this side. Get all the things going here. There we are. We found me. Oh my. Let me see. Can we see me? I think I'm zoomed in a little too close. Oh my goodness. And I cannot get it zoomed back out. So this will be interesting today, huh? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so I think I need to go down some. Hi everyone, welcome. Come on in. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Kristen Conant and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm so glad you have found me live. And for my replay watchers, thank you for joining me as well. I've got some new things for you this week. We are changing things up. As I said a few weeks ago, I am working on changing things up, keeping it fresh, all the things. So we'll go over some of that here in just a second. But first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you here. My name is Kristen Kona. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you are joining me live in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. Welcome. A couple of things real quick before we get to the crafting is I want to remind you that Stampin' Up! Still has some of their advent calendars left for you to purchase. You have until the 10th of the month to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. And then I want to tell you that Stampin' Up! Is going to be having a Cyber Monday sale in December, from December 1st through December 9th on prepaid paper pumpkins. So you want to check all those things out. The sale is phenomenal. So if you have not yet subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, now might be the perfect opportunity for you to do that. Let me see. Yeah, so I am going to go ahead and turn the camera down. You probably can't see me. I'm looking at my live feed here, and sorry, you know, you never know what you're going to get here. So I'm going to turn the camera around. So if you get sick at all, now might be the perfect time to get a drink of water, get a couple things, and get ready to stamp, okay? Alrighty, so we're turning the camera around, hopefully without making everybody seasick. There we go. Holy cow. I was able to go back out, and I need to make a slight adjustment here so that you can see where I'm working at better. Okay, thank you for your patience today. I promise I'll get better, you know. We always have to work to improve things, right? Okay, one of the things I want to tell you about is Stampin' Up! Is going to have an online class for anybody who wants to sign up. This is with some online exclusives that you can purchase right now. It is with the Brushed of Beauty Suite collection, and it is online exclusives, meaning they're not in any publications, so you do need to go online to check those out. You do not need these products to do the class, although Stampin' Up! Is going to be focusing on these products. That's okay. You can substitute for something else, right? As we crafters do, we substitute with other things. So there's that you can do. Just know that this event now is going to be on November 20th. It is $30 for the class, okay? And that only gets you into the class, but you will be able to watch it over and over again as many times as you would like. If you would like the products that they're going to be using for this class, the Brush with Beauty, you need to purchase them separately. And you can go online and look at those. Again, it's Brushwork Beauty. These are the item numbers here. The class, again, just for the class is $30. The suite of products is $136.25. And I just wanted to show you real quickly what the suite looks like. Here's the suite all together. So you can see it all together here. But then you can break it down. We have the DSP. This is a double stamp set and die bundle. So we have the greeting set and we have the stamped image part to it. There is an embossing folder. There is some vellum. Yay, we have vellum back. And we have the Pearls of Beauty gems in here. Okay, so that is what is in the suite if you wish to use it. Also know that my product-based class, the last Monday of December, we are also going to be using these products for that, so you would have it and be ready for that class as well. Now, the class that Stampin' Up! Is doing is November 20th, so it is too late for you to get your items for the class, but that's okay. Like I said, still register for the class. Then if you purchase the items, you can always go back and watch the videos over again as much, as you would like and craft along with them. How can you see all the items? Well, something new that I have done, I have created QR codes for you to try to make things easier. So this one here that looks like our ink pad, this is to shop with me. So if you open up your camera of your phone, point at that, you should get a little yellow message that comes up. If you click on it, it will automatically take you to my website to shop with me. If you would like to see the classes that I'm offering, the fees, the days they're held, all the things, you can see my calendar of events by scanning this QR code here. Okay, so my classes, I'm going to be posting them into my DBWS, and that is this QR code here. So do not lose this QR code. This is where you'll be checking out what classes I will be offering, and that is going to shorten my talk time with you before we get to crafting on my lives on Fridays. Yay, right? You guys have been asking for it. I listened. I've been working on it. I promised you I would be working on it behind the scenes, and I have. So I did you a favor, so now please do me a favor and use the QR codes, 1 to check out the classes, 2 to go shopping. Yay! Thank you so much for doing that, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you who support me in my business. So, with that, we can now get started. Just the last bit on the classes that are coming up, please go on there right away and look, because we are quickly approaching the deadline day for my last couple of classes coming up. So go in, and the classes I'm talking about are in December. The first one in December, it's already too late to RSVP for the first class in December. That's what I'm saying. So go on, check out my classes. Give them a read. Any questions at all, please reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Phew. All righty, guys. So, today's projects. What am I doing today? Well, I'm combining a couple of things. And so, in today's projects that I have for you, I have chosen one of my favorite bundles in the mini catalog that's out right now, and that is called the Branching Out bundle. And when you first look at this bundle, you think, oh, it's so simplistic. I don't know what all you can do with it. It is amazing. I never get tired of using this. I absolutely love it. When I do cards here in the class with this, everybody loves the cards that we do. So I'm hoping that by sharing these cards that I have for you today, that you too will fall in love and create with love cards in the same way. So in addition to that bundle, of course, we need some paper, right? What would it be without some pretty decorative paper? And again, they are online exclusives. And I don't think it's in this one. No, it's not in this one, but you have to go online to see it, because the product, the online exclusive product that I'm adding into this one is right here. It's this DSP. It is called Elegant Pine Snowflakes. Yes, there is a whole suite built around this, but I didn't want to get the whole thing, right? We can only invest in so much, right? So I went ahead and got the products of this, because the paper of this, because once I saw the paper from this suite, I knew immediately it would go very, very well with the branching out bundle. And this is the branching out bundle. It is a photopolymer set of stamps. Photopolymer means it's our clear stamps. And if you notice, the greetings are not Christmas related. They could be from our family to yours, and thinking of you brings joy to my heart, or wishing you a day filled with happy moments. But even those 3 greetings that are in here can be generalized, can't they, for other events, right? Other times in our life. So what a great set to have for other things. This is the dies that go with the bundle. And as you can see, a look at these. Love, love, love these. You will be able to use this set for many, many things. And then we have some standalone dies with here. We don't have any dies that cut out the images that are stamped. And instead, we have images that you can add with the stamp sets to create different looks. So we have this twig, a pine cone. We have this little berry here, and then we have a row of berries here. So how cool. I love this. So we are going to be using that. And then I also used a 1 7/8 inch circle punch for one of the cards. I am also going to be using some blending brushes today. I have brought in some linen thread and our loose gold sequins, which I have used a few weeks ago. So you may remember those once I pull those out. But the colors that I'm going to use today, I have one card that I'm going to do, and there is no die cutting, there's only stamping and then the blending on of colors. And then the other 2 cards, there's die cutting and stamping. Okay, so this first card, I am going to be using Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy inks with blending brushes. My last 2 cards, I'm going to be using Early Espresso ink, Shaded Spruce, Pecan Pie, and Cherry Cobbler. And then I'm also using a Cherry Cobbler blend on one of the cards. Okay? I know, lots of information. I'll re-guide you as we get started here. So the first card that I'm doing, like I said, I'm going to be using the hues of blue. So I took a piece of Night of Navy that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And so we are going to line up the corners to the card. Okay. And let's burnish that and get that good. Then I need a piece of Balmy Blue. This one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Excuse me, sorry. And then I have 2 pieces of basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. So I am going to do some blending first. And so I have a scrap piece of paper here to keep my glass mat clean. Just because I've got other cards to do with you and I don't want to get ink on everything that I don't want. So I'm going to pick up some color from my ink pad with my blending brush. I'm going to tap off, and now I'm going to go right onto my white piece, and I'm just going to tone down the white. Okay, doesn't need to be all the way down, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, and then there is another piece of white, and this one, again, doing the same thing, pick up, but I'm only going to do it in this top corner for this one. Okay, so I am done with Balmy Blue for right now. And my next color of ink that I'm going to use is Misty Moonlight. And so again, I'm going to pick up the color, tap off on here, come back to my bigger piece, whoops, and we're going to add on. Can you see how that's just a little bit darker? Okay. So we are building up our tones. And now I'm going to do the same thing here. Tap off and add a little darker on here. Okay. I'm going to set this one aside for now. And now I'm going to go into my darkest color, which is Night of Navy. And add a little bit just on the edge here. Okay, I like that one. And now I'm going to do the Night of Navy on this one. And this one, of course, has a bigger surface. And so I want to make sure that the color is being blended out. Okay, but I want heavier concentration along the edge. And it might be hard to see when you do this because you're getting ink all over your mat, right, that you're using. And so you might need to pick it up and move it away to be able to see. And this is what I mean where you can go back. So I'm going to come back with Balmy Blue, tap off, and I'm going to add just a little bit more in here. And can you see how the colors start to blend together? Okay, this is one of those cards that doesn't look like much, right, until you get it done. So I'm going to start with my Night of Navy ink, and I'm going to bring in 2 of our twigs. Now, I want to show you something with these. There is a learning curve to these, and I'm going to walk you through this. So can you see how this branch is bigger than this one? Okay, I've learned something. This one you can line up our berry stamp with. The smaller one works with our 2 pine fronds that have 3 on each stamp, and I'm going to show you how it makes a difference, okay? So let me ink this one up, okay, and I am going to take this one, and let me see, I want to stamp one over here. I'm going to ink this one up. And I'm going to stamp one over here, and I'm going to ink this up again, and then this one is going to be stamped here, okay? Now I'm going to come in before I go to the pine bough, you know, with the fronds on it, and show you with the berries. And the berries I'm going to do with the Balmy Blue, so I'm coming back in with Balmy Blue. Okay, this is our berry stamp. There is a line here. Can you see that? A line here, and then there's 3 berries. I find if you mount it on your block in this manner, I don't know, for me, it just seemed like it was the easiest to use, and I'm going to show you. And so now I'm going to come onto my mat so I can get a good impression. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and I'm going to line this up. These 3 will line up with these 3, and then this line will line up with here. Okay, watch. So again, because the stamp is clear, I can look down through my block and know where I'm stamping. Can you see that? It lined up. Ta-da! It's magic! Okay, so I'm going to take this one again. Same way, the 3 is going to go on the lower one here, and then the lines is going to go over here to those. Ta-da! Okay, gonna do this again. I know, mind-blowing, isn't it? It's like, oh man, it took me a while to figure this out, but I got it. There's more than one way to skin that cat, right? Okay, so again, looking through the block, looking for lining up. There we go. Isn't that cool? So there is my berries. Now, I did not stamp a berry one on here, so I need to come back with my bigger one. Pick up some of the blue, and this one I just want the smaller. So I'm picking up the navy, and I'm going to do some right there. And again, come back into my balmy blue and pick up some color on my berries. And there we go. So there's my berries. It's mind-blowing once you figure that out, how much easier it is. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to come back in with my smaller branch. Again, Night of Navy. Picking up. Okay, so there's that one. And now I'm going to come back in with this piece. And let's see, we are going to do one here. I am going to do one here. And then one here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I want to come in with one more. Okay? Just like so. Okay? And I'm going to hold off on my greeting until I get these stamped. Now, on the pine boughs, you have 2, I call them fronds. You have 2 of them. See, this one's spaced out more and this one's closer together. There is a difference on here on which one goes where. So I'm inking up in the Misty Moonlight, and this one goes with this one. Okay, and I'm going to ink this one up. This one goes here. Ink this up, and this one goes on this one. Okay, now this one, these 2 are farther away, so that is where this one comes in, because these are farther away. So we're going to put this on here, and then this one is going to go on here. Can you see that? So that's what I mean, just give it time, and it will come together. And I tell you, whoops, we need this one because it's farther away. It is so forgiving, especially if you do this and then stamp it again, and look at the depth you get with this. So I want to show you in here. Okay, this one is the farther away one, so it's here. So what I'm doing is I'm inking up and stamping off so that it kind of fills in. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm stamping off, and then you get the tone on tone. See how it has lights and darks? To me, it just gives the tree a little more dimension. And yes, I could have done that initially, but I felt like I was throwing so much at you. And see, now I can see this one could use a little more here, like so, to fill in. Isn't that cool? Just love it. Okay, so now I am done with the Misty Moonlight and the Balmy Blue, and now I am going to stamp my greeting on this one, and I'm going to make this one a birthday card. So I'm going to ink up my greeting, and then this is going to go right on here like so. Isn't that cool? What do you think? Does that give you another perspective on this for those of you who own this stamp set? And for those who don't have it yet, what do you think? Don't be afraid of this. I'm telling you, it is such a forgiving stamp set, and it is so much fun to play with. Okay, so now we just need to finish our card. So I'm going to take this one, put adhesive on the back of here, and this is going to go on the 1/8 inch bigger piece of Balmy Blue, and then adhesive on the back of this one, and this one is going to go on our card front like so, and then this one is going to be my inside piece. So I'm going to pick this one up, and this one is going to go inside for your message. And there you go. There is card number 1. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? I absolutely love it. Hey, Sharon, thank you for joining me. Hey, Dawn, you made it. Okay, guys, I can actually see you today. Wow. Don't have a heart attack. I know, it's amazing, right? Okay, this next card that I'm going to do, I used a piece of cherry cobbler, again, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So let's line up the corners and burnish. Okay, that's okay. Then I took a piece of our designer paper. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then, uh-oh, I think I forgot a piece of white for the inside. I did. Oh, good. I will add my white piece when we're done. Then I took another piece of DSP that is 1 inch wide, and I cut 3 pieces that are 1 by 3 3/4. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces. Then I need a piece of cherry cobbler that was 3 inches by 4 1/4, and I went ahead and die cut one of the shapes. Then I took a piece of white that was 2.5 by 4 inches and cut another one just to size down so that I can put those together. And then I need another piece of white that is 5/8 of an inch wide by 2 inches long. Okay, so again, bringing in my foam mat, I'm going to take this one, and I am going to take my pecan pie ink, and I'm going to ink this one up. This is the smaller of the branches, okay? And this one is going to go in here like so. Okay, done with the pecan pie. And now I need my 2 pine fronds. Here they are. And I am going to take my shaded spruce. So again, the 3 that are closer together, I'm going to ink this up and shaded spruce. And I'm probably out of view. tell you, there is an art to getting your camera zoomed in to the right distance. Okay, there is that one. Now I'm going to take this one, ink it out in Shaded Spruce. Again, looking through my stamp. Stamp once, stamp twice, so you get that. To me, it makes the pine bough look fuller, so I always like to do a double stamping without re-inking. So it gives you just a slightly lighter piece behind it and makes it look fuller. And now I'm going to come in, whoop, I need to come in with my early espresso. And we need a couple of pine cones. And so I'm going to put a pine cone here. Let's do one here. And then I am going to do one down here like so. And then the last thing I want to do on this piece is I'm going to come in with the cherry cobbler. And I'm going to ink up the smaller dotted background in the stamp set, stamp it off, and then just add a little something to the background. Okay, just so it's not so white. I like to take some of that down. Okay, so let me, oops, before I close up my cherry cobbler, I need my greeting. And so I am going to use the greeting, thinking of you brings joy to my heart. Oh my gosh, are you guys even able to see me? Isn't this crazy today? Telling you, I thought I was doing a good thing by zooming in so you could see better. Nope. Anyhow, hopefully the video's not a waste. Okay, there is my greeting. Okay, now I'm ready to put it together. Dawn, if you're still on there, can you guys see me? Sharon, you're still here too. Can you guys see what I'm doing okay? It's okay to critique me. I can take it. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this one. And then this one is going to go in the middle of this one, like so. Okay, now I know I'm gonna kind of do this in a little bit of reverse order for me, but I feel like I can get my placement better of what I want. So I know that I want my greeting down here at the bottom of this, okay? And so now before I adhere these, I just want to get my spatial relations here, kind of get an eyeball idea of where it should be. Okay, I think that's close. So let's put adhesive on this first one. And I'm going to put this one right about here. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one next. And kind of judge between here and the top. Get them approximately right. This is crafting, so they don't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to do this one. Okay, put adhesive on here. And then this one is going to go on here. Now I'm ready to put adhesive on the back of here. And this one is going to go on here. I sure would like to know what I did with my insides because I had them when I prepped. They're probably on the floor somewhere. Okay, so this is going to go on here. So I'm going to turn this over. And now I'm going to put dimensionals on here. Okay. Oops. Out of scene. Sorry, guys. Oh, my gosh. Okay, note to self. Don't zoom in next time. Okay, so this one is going to go like so. Okay, now I have taken 2 7-inch pieces of our linen thread to tie a bow. And I'm going to put that right down there. And so I need a glue dot. So I'm going to take one of our glue dots, and I like to ball them up for the linen thread because it's a pretty small knot. So I like to put it behind my linen thread. Oh my gosh. And that is going to go right there. And now I want to add some of those gold loose sequins. And yep, we're playing 1001 pickup. Did you hear me suck wind? Uh-huh. Yep. I did what you don't want to do. Because that's how I roll. Oh, gosh. All right. So now I'm going to put, let me see. Let's do, we're going to do a dot here and a dot here, and then I'm going to do a dot down here. And so now I want my, take your pick tool, pick up one of those gems. Okay. There's one. It takes it a second to dry when you use liquid glue. Welcome to the struggle bus today. My goodness. Come on. There we go. Now I just have to wait. See, I don't like that one. Before it dries, I'm taking that one off. It had too much glue on it. Don't like it. Okay, try again. I got glue on it where I didn't want it. That's okay. There's 1001 here on the floor. I have lots to replace it with. Come on. Now I've got glue on my finger. See? Oh. Okay. I'm really getting perturbed. Try this again. There. Get all the tools out and then it'll work better. Oh my gosh. There. Now we just need to let that set and dry. What do you think about that one? Kind of pretty, huh? Busy, but like it? Okay, this last one, believe it or not, the only thing that is stamped on this one is going to be our greeting. And so for that, I am going to be using the shaded spruce. I did a lot of die cutting ahead of time on this one. Remember, the set of dies has those standalone items on it. So I'm going to be showcasing the standalone items on this one. Okay, so I am starting with a base of shaded spruce that is 8.5 by 5.5, again scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and thank you guys. You're laughing at my everything falling apart. Yeah, you know me, Hot Mess Express. Yep, that's me. Okay, there's that. Now I need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. This one is my liner. I got it for this one. Then I need a piece of DSP that is also 4 by 5 1/4. Then I need a piece of shaded spruce again. That is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I die cut that. Then I took another piece of the DSP that was 2.5 by 4.25 and die cut that one. I took a piece of scrap white. Remember, I said I was going to use a 1 7/8 inch circle punch. So I went ahead and punched that out. Then I took a whole bunch of scraps and die cut ahead of time. I did 3 of our pine boughs. I did 3 of these longer, I don't know what you call them, vines, I guess. Then I did 3, and there it is, 3 of our pine cones from Early Espresso. These were pecan pie. I heard you asking. Then I took a scrap piece of crumb cake and I went ahead and die cut these out. Okay, so do you notice something on these? They should be crumb cake, right? Do you see the red? No, I did not cut red ones and then glue them on. Nope, too tedious for me. So I took my Stampin' Blends marker, which are alcohol-based marker, and just colored in the berries. Hopefully you could see that on there that I was in view. Just like so. And that's how I did those. And I did that ahead of time just so you don't have to watch the paint dry. You're welcome. Okay, so now I'm going to take my circle here and stamp my greeting. And so I'm going to be using Shaded Spruce on this one. And it says, from our family to yours. And that's just going to go right there in the middle of my circle. That is it for the stamping on this one. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's put this one together. I should have cut a 1/2 inch piece of designer paper, either pattern to put down at the bottom of this, and I forgot. So I can do that later. I can add it in. So I'm just going to glue this one to the inside of my card. Boy, I'm sure glad you guys stick with me. Even when she's a hot mess. Okay. See, if I can do this, you can do it. Just saying. Okay, so there is that one. And now I'm going to take this one and put adhesive on here. And then this one is going to go on here like so. And then this one is going to go flat on here like so. So the longest, hardest part to this, and of course I forgot my silicone craft sheet, is going to be building our bouquet. So I know that I want stuff right about here. So I'm going to take my scissors and snip that off. And now I can put some adhesive. And you know what? Oh, I'm afraid to get a new one because sometimes the new ones give you way more glue. You know what? I have to though. Okay, hold please. I am going to open this one. Now hold your breath for me, guys. Hopefully I don't get glue everywhere. Oh, golly. Okay. Okay, putting glue on here. And this one, I know I want this one up toward the middle. Okay. And this one, I know I want off in this direction. And so I'm going to snip that one off. And again, put some adhesive carefully on the back of this one. And this one is going to go up this direction. Okay. And now I need one more off in this direction. So again, snip this off. Put carefully. That's more for me than you. Oh gosh. Put adhesive on here. And this one is going to go off in this direction. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with our pine boughs. Okay. And I need one up this way. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Let me see, are you guys talking to me? The DSP is amazing. Yeah, I didn't want more snowflakes because I never did much with the last set of snowflakes that I had. Now, don't get me wrong, the snowflakes are beautiful. I just was going for other things this year. But that DSP, because it has pine boughs and the berries and everything in it, I think it just lends very well to this stamp set and die. So this is going to go on here so you can see where I'm going with this, right? So I am going to go ahead now and put dimensionals on my greeting to finish building up the card. And so I want this one, whoops, get up from there. I want this one, yes, over to the side like so. That way, I need some tweezers because these are so fine to finish building up my card. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the backs of these and stick these in here as well. Okay, there's one. Again, where to hold on to. Right? Okay, and then this one's going to go off, whoop, this way. And then one more. Okay. Hopefully, then this one is going to go up here. And now we just have our little pine cones, and I believe I am going to put those on with mini glue dots, just because mini glue dots give still just a little bit of dimension, just not as much as you do with dimensionals. Oh. Okay. And so let me see. We're going to stick those onto our pine boughs, right? Pine cones go on pine boughs. So we're going to do this. Yep, the glue dots on there. And let's do one over here like so. All right, we're almost there. Hot Mess Express is pulling into the station. Okay, again, 2 7-inch links of linen thread held together. Tie my bow. Then we give it a little haircut. Snip the ends of those. And now, let's see. Do you think we can put the gold gems on here this time without incident? Okay, don't take bets with each other over there now. Okay? Okay, so I am going to do, let me see, let's do one down here, and let's do one here and one here. Okay. Alrighty. Let's pick one up. Yes, I got my other tool out. Am I in shot? Probably not, which is probably a good thing if I'm not the way I've been going today. Just saying. Again, a little too much glue, but it's okay. Our white liquid glue dries clear. So if you get too much, don't continue to play with it. Just let it set. It'll dry, and it'll dry clear. So there we go. That is the last card. What do you guys think of that designer paper with this stamp set? Isn't it beautiful? I think they blend so well together. So there is card number 3. Here is card number 2. And then we went rogue on our first one, didn't we? We didn't use any of the designer paper, but look, doesn't that look like a night and evening, like looking into the forest? Isn't that pretty? So again, that's with the blender pen. So the bundle is called Branching Out. Again, the designer paper is called Elegant Pine Snowflakes, and that DSP is online. Again, you can do the QR codes and go right into your store right there. Thank you so much for sticking with me, even though it was another eventful afternoon with Kristen. I appreciate you guys. Have a great week. I will see you next Friday at 2 p.m. in the Crate with Love Stampin' Studio. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.